My name is Mariah Corbett. I am 21 years old. I work as an assistant manager for Styles for Less, and I go to school at the University of Arizona. Oh, I'm a chemistry major. I graduated high school May of 2011, Sarita High School. When high school ended, I wasn't working. Yes, I did have housing. My Nana owns a house downtown. I live with my older sister. When I graduated high school, I rode the bus for a year, and then I got my car 1 year after I started college. Going into college, my major was nursing. I decided to change my major because my heart wasn't in it, and I've always been interested in forensics, so I went towards the chemistry route. Currently, I did all of my general education classes, so the hardest classes that I've taken so far are actually I'm taking now and am going to be taking until I graduate, which are like the higher level chemistry classes. I graduate spring 2017. I was stressed, definitely for money and before exams. Music helps me cope with my stress before exams. I like to kind of study with my iTunes going and shuffle it, and definitely what I try to do is I try to study, and then like after a certain amount of time I try to like reward myself with like either a snack or like TV or something like that. Hardships of post high school would be finding a decent job where, I don't know, where you didn't dread going into work, where it was, the pay was well and you didn't get treated unfairly. I get paid $9.25 an hour. Honestly, I think high school slightly prepared me for college, but definitely not as much as it could have. Definitely more emphasis needed to be put in math classes. There wasn't really anything higher up from pre-calculus, as I remember. And the only sciences that were available to us were chemistry, anatomy and physiology, and I think biology. But they weren't required, they were electives, so it would have been nice to have like a broader range of stuff available for us to take. No, I don't think high school prepared me for the real world. There wasn't a lot of, I feel like you just went to school, you learned your studies, did well in your classes, but there wasn't a lot of real life, like, we're gonna teach you how to balance your bank account, or like how to apply for jobs, or anything like that. So I feel like most of that you kind of have to figure out on your own, which is, I mean, high school could have prepared me for that, but it's kind of better that I learned myself. That's a good question. How much time do I have to myself? It kind of varies. I don't have really a set schedule at work. I just work 25 hours a week, and then I go to school for, on average, 2 hours a day, and then lab is 5 hours. So just kind of in between then when I sleep, and then sometimes I watch TV, and then sometimes I study. There's not really a good amount of time I usually have to myself. It just kind of depends on a lot of different factors.
How was your week?
This week wasn't too bad. Everything went well in lab. Usually that's like the pinnacle of my week, like depending on how lab goes, because there's like prep for lab, and then if lab sucks, like the rest of the week sucks, and then the weekend comes, and that's great. So, I mean, I did well in lab, my experiment work, so pretty happy about that, and everything else went according to plan.
No. It isn't on, that's why. Now it's on.